everybody. This is Becky Legero for CoinGeek.com here today with Nick Hill, a gambling consultant and also working with us at CoinGeek to educate the gambling industry on the powers of the BSV blockchain.
Yes. Ignite the power of data. Here we are in Zurich. And thank you again, Becky.
Yes, and what's so cool about this is that Nick and I had a conversation just before coming here to Zurich to talk about some of the panels we'd be seeing, to talk about what the gambling industry can learn from watching this event. So Nick, from someone who's right here in the thick of it all,
direct.
Tell me we'll start with your panel, in fact. What were some of the biggest takeaways of some of the nuggets of information that you really think the audience was able to take away from that?
Right, okay, so with regards to the panel that I moderated, which is obviously the gambling space, the biggest takeaways was responsible gambling and how to use blockchain for data storage, storing the data in a much more chronological, accessible way. Also touching on sort of the way that we can use the blockchain for AML and KYC. But more importantly, Sam Brown from Hero Gaming made a really good point in that the adoption within the gambling industry is only going to happen when the gambling companies start to come together as one to sort of use the technology that is available via sort of BSV blockchain. So that was the biggest takeaway. We need to sort of use the technology in a unified way, not individually, not in our own silos.
Yeah, and data silos is something we've been talking about throughout the whole event, really, in all sorts of industries, not just the gambling industry. That's really interesting. Regulation, too. I keep hearing the R word, right? So tell us just a bit about why regulators and the regulatory side of the gambling industry would truly, truly benefit from BSV tech.
Well, it just makes their lives a lot easier because, so let's look at it from the responsible gaming point of view. So if a player has a problem, so once we can identify what the player's doing, we can identify that the player is, gambling irresponsibly. We can embed markers of harm in their sort of player journey. Now, if that player was to come along and make a complaint to the regulator, one, the operator is protected because the data is stored on a mutable ledger. Two, the player can actually access that data. And three, you give those private keys to the regulator, they can access that data. So you're not then looking for who spoke to this guy, when did they speak to this guy, this player, what information was sent to them, how were we bonusing them. It's all basically centrally stored. So for the regulators' point of view, everything is in one place. Very accessible and easy to retrieve.
I keep hearing also the universal source of truth, the one place.
Universal source of truth, of course, yes.
Buzzwords everywhere. Yeah. And Nick, and clearly this event, it is in person, but obviously a hybrid because of the current situation. But as someone who's had the luxury of being here on the floor and having networking events and things like this, who have you been talking to? Who are you seeing here?
Well, I've been chatting with Michael Hudson from Bitstocks. He's got some interesting projects on the go with regards to NFTs for the music and the artist industry. There's some great guys in the payment processing space for sort of tokenization and stable coins. There's just so much happening within this space. Talking to Luke from Tonic Power, wow, he's got a really powerful application. And he just showed me something else new that I can't mention, but it goes into identity verification, all stored on chain. So it just makes everybody's lives a lot more transparent to a certain degree, but you're taking ownership of your own data. You own your own data. And this is what it is. We don't want to be giving the data away to the, as Craig says, the Silicon Valley Twitters and Facebooks. We want to take ownership of ourselves and be grown-ups.
Yeah, Craig's keynote was super amazing, very interesting. And I also love the level of professionalism here. I think we see a lot of delegates that are coming in from Zurich, from banking. That's the real deal. This is not someone who's trying to make a quick buck overnight by holding.
When you get representatives from the Swiss National Bank attending a conference, it's the real deal. It's not sort of your BTC Miami.
Oh, this is so great, Nick. I'm glad to know that our recommendation for the gambling industry to attend this event was a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. No, this is the real deal. Blockchain's not going away, and BSV blockchain is certainly not going away because it has all the benefits and it just provides what you need to provide. Even listening to the panels about sort of like the green side of the industry, and the mining. Oh God, yeah, it's going to take up all the electricity. Oh dear. But the companies are new companies, so they're starting with ethical policies because it's brand new. So you're buying renewable energy to power those servers. You are mining larger block sizes so that you can process more transactions. So it brings the cost of the transaction down. So it just ticks all the boxes.
Yeah. Love. It does. It really does. And message to the gambling industry out there watching this, please follow Nick and I at CoinGeek.com. We have so much to educate you.
Absolutely, and it's all about education, as we always say.
Nick, thank you so much, and have the best time in Zurich.
Thank you very much, Becky. Great to see you again.
Great to see you too, and thank you guys for watching. This is Becky LaGiro for CoinGeek.com.
Hi, it's Jimmy Nguyen, founding president of Bitcoin Association. I'm inviting you to the 8th CoinGeek conference. CoinGeek is coming back to the Big Apple, New York City. Join us October 5th through 7th at the Sheraton New York Times Square Hotel in Manhattan. You'll learn how the BSV blockchain is transforming all industries. With its massive scalability, BSV can power efficient payments down to the micro and nano level, and data applications of all types for enterprise, government, and consumers. After so many years of just hearing about the promise of blockchain technology, it's time to see some real uses and real value. Registration is now open, so get your tickets early. And stay tuned for more information about CoinGeek New York. BSV Blockchain. It's about time.